All right, fellas, ladies, and gents, for today's adventure, I'm gonna be putting on the steering wheel and my current IS. A lot has changed, not really. Just basic shit, suspension, wheels. Now time to get rid of the stock steering wheel, put an aftermarket one in, and this is what I got. More specifically, what I got was my hands on one of those HKB Boss kits. Which I thought was pretty cool. It was a really good design because, in my opinion, I like this better than the NRG, than the slim hubs. They're like this then. And the one thing I like about it is that it goes on the stock clock spring because it's narrow enough to fit in the grooves of where it's supposed to go. And it has a little slot here that you can use for the airbag if you want to run an airbag resistor, which I probably won't. And also, all you need is the connector piece, and it'll run a wire from this hole that goes to the power side of your horn button. So you don't got to worry about trying to have a metal contact on the back of that plate that's on the NRG hubs. And you don't got to worry about hearing no noise if you use like a paper clip or doing any other wiring. It's all already there. And this is pretty reputable. I know they use these a lot, like in Japan vehicles. And I got this from like an auction a long ass time ago, almost a year ago. But right now you can buy them on like Serial 9 for about $100. So it's not too crazy. About the same price as the NRG, but to me this is a better outcome. So I'm gonna be installing this on my IS. And the good thing that I've noticed about it is that instead of using a dot like a standard NRG, it just says top. That way you know which bowl hole is the top. That is helpful as shit. Sometimes the NRG, I guess the angle in which the NRG dot is, it's kind of weird. So you got to really like sort of line up and measure to make sure you got this straight. But with this, it pretty much just go, yo, the top, that dot right there is where it's supposed to be. And this is how your wheel is supposed to be set up. So for the most part, this is going to be an easy install. It should only take you a couple minutes. If you're running a quick release, that's cool, but it's going to be easy. Don't mind my Chick-fil-A cookie. I'm just letting it get a little warm. You know, Chick-fil-A, they be slipping on these. Like, they really think that I want a cold, hard-ass cookie. Never mind that, though. That's cool. But for starters, to get this horn off, right, there's two, I believe, T25 torque bit bolts that hold on the airbag. So once those are off, this airbag is going to pull out and you're going to disconnect it from the clock spring. Show you in just a second. But before you do anything, it's a good idea to disconnect the negative side on your battery. Right there, just disconnect it. 10 millimeter. Excuse my ugly ass engine bay. It is ugly as shit. It'll get there. Starting my manual swap, you know what I'm saying? But this ain't that video, so let's get back to it. All right, then after you get your airbag out, off of those two, they were T30s, so T30. You can pull the airbag out, unhook all that stuff, unhook the clock spring right here. This thing right here is important, because you can get your horn to work easier because it is right there. So all I did was I had a spare steering wheel and I depinned everything and left this connector there. Hopefully it reaches. If not, we'll have to extend it. But it's gonna go there, and then this is gonna go all the way up to your horn button. And for measures, watch, boom, it works. All right, so then we're gonna undo this 19 that's right there. Do it to the threads a little bit because we're going to pull side to side on the wheel and take the wheel out. I might do it if I just do this. Maybe. Let me see if I can wiggle it up. So I can wiggle it a little bit. Let's try to get a good angle. There we go. It's coming. If you were able to see that. Now it's coming. So just keep the wheel straight and we're going to put on the kit. So then after, you're gonna just plug this on. I left the cover off for right now because it sort of has to go over this. And I wanna see if this is long enough to reach. Uh-oh, horn's working. if it's long enough to reach, and I think it will be. It should be. If not, it might need to get extended by a little bit. So this is gonna go inside the cover. So it's like a little notch right here. That notch, I'm guessing, is for that sensor up top. And then the airbag light, dumbass, the airbag harness right here is just gonna go fished up in there somewhere. It's a lot of space. So now I'm gonna put it on. And remember, top is straight up. Top straight up. So let's see. Let me fish that in there. Maybe that's a good angle. All my balls. We'll see. So I'm just fish that up in there. Don't want to have it in there, but you know, somewhere behind. Easy. I'm guessing. Maybe. Oh, how does that go? Oh, okay. Nice. So let's just go on there. Bet. And there we are. The cover's on. The horn is buttons right there. The horn wire's right there. I just sort of put my gun on low and I ran that in on low. So I'm gonna torque it. I'm thinking maybe like 20 foot-pounds, maybe. It didn't take much to get it off. So maybe like 20 foot-pounds, 18 foot-pounds. Or just usually like, you know, a half-inch ratchet, whatever. And then once you get your cover on, I did have to extend that wire a little bit. So I just de-pinned another one and just put another crimp on it. Simple and easy. And then once you're done, just hook it all up, hook it up to your middle button, and put in your screws, which I have to put in. I just was doing it for the sake of the video. This is my steering wheel that I got from Angel for my birthday like a couple years ago. I still got it 3 cars later. It does need to be cleaned. I don't know how to clean this. This is Alcantara or whatever, but it needs some fucking love. Other than that, that is how you do it. Boss kit, as you can see, looks pretty good. Didn't have to take off anything else. Horn works. Of course, with Is300, your cruise control is not going to work. It's not going to work anyway if you manual swap it. So figure out what you're going to do and then go from there. Manual swap coming. Got the pedals in there. Got to clean my damn car. Got to cut that. And we out.